Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're having a good Thursday. I decided today we're going to go ahead and crack into this 1992 TG Racing Masters of Racing set. And we've opened this up recently and seen there are 5 stacks in here that are all individually cello wrapped. We're just going to pull from the back of the stack, and then we'll just eventually, we'll have 5 separate videos where we review these. But we're going to start off with this first cello pack. I don't know if this is the first 49 cards or what have you. But we're going to, excuse me, I apologize. We're going to go through this first stack, if I can ever get it open. Going to gingerly and delicately cut this film off of here. And kind of go through this. Not sure who or what to expect in this. I have seen it in the Beckett several times, but never really taken the time to look at it. Nope, these cards are all sorts of jumbled up, so there is no rhyme or reason to the order, so we're just going to go. Looks like we have a Hudson, obviously, but I have no idea who that is. Just some random card that's making up the set. Gun Gray collector cards, 1 through 38. So this is card number 1 of the set. Gene Granger, of course he was in charge at Granger Publishing. There's Red Byron, the first strictly stock champion, now the NASCAR Cup Series. And who do we have here? First champion, Red Byron. I believe Red Vote was his mechanic. I could be wrong about that, but let's look at the back of it. Raymond Parks, yep, right there, Red Vote. Starting lineup, this looks like probably the first, or an early, it's not Darlington. It's Atlanta, it says Atlanta right there. So it'd be in the 60s sometime. Speedy Thompson, I don't know much about Speedy. I know he raced for Carl Kreider some in the 50s there, probably 55, 56. Probably his most successful seasons on hand. Doesn't have his rankings there, but there's some information there about Speedy. Who do we have here? It looks like, not sure who that is. Darlington 1956. It'll probably tell us on the back. Speedy Thompson. So maybe these kind of go hand in hand with the front and the back. There's Buck Baker. He's the father of Buddy Baker and Randy Baker. Randy is a lesser-known driver. There's Buck's car. He was 87, but he drove 88 for quite some time. 300 and 300B. Talked about Carl Kreider. These are the Kreider Chryslers. But Mercury is not the sponsor, or is not the make car. It's the sponsor, the Mercury outboards. Here's Henley Gray. Henley is actually still alive and in Rome, Georgia. Be kind of cool to send that one off and get it signed. Henley was a long-time independent driver. There's his stats. He was hurt seriously in 1977 at Michigan in a practice crash that basically ended his career. There's Henley's car. Campaigned the number 19 for a good many years. Henley also had several drivers after his injury sidelined him as a driver. Had several drivers rent his car out. Here's Ralph Earnhardt. Of course, this is the father of Dale and the grandfather of Dale Jr. Ralph, I believe, passed away in 1975. There's some information. I'm sorry, 73. But there's some information there about his children. There's his Cup Series records. Never did win, but had a couple of second-place finishes. So a nice little bits of information for you guys about Ralph Earnhardt. The wreck, this was probably, if I remember correctly, one of the largest wrecks. I want to say it was a 37-car wreck. Yeah, 37 cars. In the, what is now would be the Xfinity race, I believe. No, it's Modified Sportsman. So it could be the Xfinity series of today, if you follow that trail along. There's Paul Goldsmith. There's Goldie's number 25. He was always a hot driver back in the day. Here's Bill Cipher, longtime independent driver. And this is kind of neat for me because I've never seen a lot of color pictures of many of these rides. Cipher's plan, not sure what that is. I'm going to have to go through and read a lot of these cards now when I get an opportunity. Banjo Matthews. He was a driver briefly, but was known more for the chassis that he built. Banjo once again. Look at those unique sponsors. You got a motel, got some other different decals there. So a lot different than the cars that you see today. Johnny Thompson. Looks like a modified. Who do we have up next? Jacksonville, 1950. And again, just the way the cars looked back then. Glenn Roberts. This is Fireball Roberts. Of course, he was tragically killed in the 1964 World 600. There's Roberts Pontiac. And this, several teams have done throwbacks to this car. Those black sides, those gold reflective numbers, and kind of that, I don't want to call it a gold top, but it's kind of a bronze color. Very nicely done. Fireball Roberts in action. Lenny Pond. Of course, we just lost Lenny a few years ago. Lenny was a longtime independent driver, has one career win, 1978 in the Talladega 500. So there you see it pops up there, 1978, one win. He was driving for Harry Ranier at the time. Car number 54. Who do we have here? What do we have here? Is that Rockingham, maybe? It's either Rockingham or Charlotte. Probably Charlotte. Let's see what the back of this says. Hall of Fame drivers, 286 wins. Oh, that's actually Daytona. I stand corrected. Sam Mcquagg, he won the 1964 Firecracker 400? 1966 Firecracker 400. His only career win. There's Sam Mcquagg. One of the early drivers of a number 24 car. Before drivers like Gordon Elliott and Byron got the ride. Gober Sosby was a pioneer. Of course, you see this is kind of like an artist rendering. It may be a photo, just with high exposure time. Gober Sosby, from the Georgia area, is the father of David Sosby, longtime ARCA Series driver. There's Gober's car. We have Larry Frank. Larry won the 1966, nope, 62 Southern 500. 62 Southern 500, his only career win. There's Frank in his Ford, number 66. Really like this set. I can't wait to just sit down and read a lot of the information on the back of these. Eddie Pagan. We have Curtis Kreider. They called him Crawfish. Curtis Crawfish Kreider. Let's see if that's what it says on the back. Yep, you say Crawfish. Crawfish Kreider. And there's his car, number 62, Mercury. Bristol, 1963, before the banks were elevated to 36 degrees, or whatever they became. Touch-up. Looks like they're doing a little bit of work there on the car. Another color photo. Let's see what we have. Masters of Racing, Red Fox. Who's up next? Lloyd Dane. Look at those helmets. I mean, that looks like something that jockeys would wear riding horses in the Kentucky Derby or something. David Pearson, the old Holman Moody Mercury there. I think that might be a Mercury. Somebody probably tell me otherwise. And there's another one. 68, 69 champ. The Silver Fox. There's David Pearson after he won the 1976 Daytona 500 and after a last lap crash with Richard Petty. Roy Tyner. A few more cards to go. We'll call this a day. David Ezel. Never heard of him. Bet I'll probably have something to learn about him here shortly. Leroy Yarborough. No relation to Cale Yarborough. Their names are spelled differently. Here's not sure what kind of car that is. Looks like it's probably a Mercury, based on what it says there in the rear quarter panel. But Leroy was always a threat on the super speedways. 2 more cards to go. Marshall Teague, again another early pioneer of NASCAR in the 40s and 50s. And nighttime, so we'll look at the back of that and see what track this is from. Columbia, South Carolina. So I'm going to really like this set when I get a chance to really go through it and read the cards, but I wanted to share these with you guys today. I thought it would be fun. We got four more little packets to go through, so I'm looking forward to seeing what all kinds of cards are in this set, what we can learn, and what we already know. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Come back and see us tomorrow. Not sure what we're going to do. We never know what we're going to do. That's why you come back and see us. So thanks again for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and we will see you tomorrow.